Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily English Practice. I'm Lily.
And I'm Sam. Hey, Lily, I'm actually quite hungry right now. What's your favorite food?
Oh, great question. That's exactly what we're teaching today, how to talk about your favorite food in English.
That's perfect. Food is such a universal topic. People talk about what they love to eat all the time.
Absolutely. Whether you're at a restaurant, making friends, or having casual conversation, food topics come up constantly.
And it's so much more interesting than just saying, I like pizza. There's so much to express about food.
Right. Today, we'll learn how to describe your favorite foods, explain why you love them, talk about cuisines from different countries, and discuss dietary preferences.
We'll also practice conversations about food, ordering, recommendations, cooking, and sharing meals with others.
So, if you want to confidently talk about food in English, this is the lesson for you.
Don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Practice.
And hit that like button if you love talking about food. Now, let's talk about food. What's your favorite type of cuisine?
Great question. Let's start with that.
Section 1, Types of Cuisine. When people ask about your favorite food, they often mean cuisine, the style of cooking from a particular country or region.
Right. Let's look at some common cuisines. Mexican cuisine, Italian cuisine, Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine.
You can also be more specific. Thai food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Korean food, Vietnamese food.
French cuisine, Spanish cuisine, Mediterranean cuisine, Middle Eastern cuisine.
Some cuisines are combinations. Fusion cuisine combines elements from different cuisines. Asian fusion, for example.
Let me talk about my favorite cuisine. I love Italian food. I enjoy the simplicity and quality of the ingredients. Fresh pasta, tomatoes, olive oil, garlic. It's delicious and not too complicated.
That's great. You explained why you love it. Now, let me try. My favorite cuisine is Thai food. I really enjoy the balance of flavors, spicy, sweet, sour, and salty all at once. The dishes are flavorful, but also relatively light.
Both of you gave reasons. That's important. You can also say, I'm a fan of, or I'm really into.
I'm a huge fan of Japanese cuisine, or I'm really into Indian food right now.
You can also express what you don't like. I'm not a big fan of overly spicy food, or I don't eat a lot of fast food.
Let's practice a conversation. Sam, what cuisine do you enjoy?
I'd have to say Asian cuisine is my favorite. Specifically, I love Thai and Japanese food. There's something about the freshness of the ingredients and the delicate flavors that appeals to me. What about you?
I'm really into Mediterranean food, Italian, Greek, Spanish. I love using fresh vegetables, olive oil, and seafood. The food feels healthy, but still indulgent.
See how we talked about not just what we like, but why we like it.
Section 2, Specific Dishes. Sam, beyond cuisine types, you can talk about specific dishes. Let's learn the vocabulary.
Lily, common Italian dishes include pasta, risotto, pizza, lasagna, ravioli.
Asian dishes include sushi, ramen, pad thai, curry, stir-fry, spring rolls.
Mexican dishes include tacos, burritos, enchiladas, quesadillas, nachos.
Indian dishes include curry, tandoori chicken, samosas, naan, biryani. You can also describe how a dish is prepared: grilled, baked, fried, steamed, roasted, sautéed.
For example, grilled salmon with lemon sauce or baked chicken with herbs.
You can also describe the main ingredients: pasta with mushroom sauce, rice bowl with vegetables and tofu, soup with seafood.
Now, let's practice describing a favorite dish. I'll go first.
Please do.
So, my favorite dish is pad thai. It's a Thai noodle dish with rice noodles, shrimp or chicken, peanuts, lime, and spices. It's stir-fried and served hot. It has a perfect balance of sweet, spicy, and sour flavors. I love it because it's flavorful but not too heavy.
Excellent description. You covered what's in it, how it's prepared, and why you love it. Now me. My favorite is margherita pizza. It's a simple Italian pizza with tomato sauce, fresh mozzarella cheese, and fresh basil on a thin crust. It's baked in a hot oven at 450 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until the crust is golden. Finally, I drizzle olive oil on top.
Beautiful! You made it sound so appealing.
The key is to give specific details about ingredients and preparation. Section 3. Flavors and taste. To talk about food effectively, you need vocabulary for describing flavors and taste.
Let's start with basic tastes. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, spicy.
This dessert is very sweet. The soup is too salty, lemon is sour, coffee is bitter, chili peppers are spicy.
You can also use mild for less intense flavors. Mild spice, mild cheese.
You can also use strong for intense flavors. Strong garlic flavor, strong coffee.
Texture words are important too. Crispy, soft, tender, crunchy, creamy, chewy.
The pizza crust is crispy. The pasta is tender. The cookies are crunchy. The ice cream is creamy. The steak is chewy in a good way.
You can also describe combinations. Sweet and spicy, salty and sweet, sour and sweet.
Thai food is sweet and spicy. Some Asian dishes balance sour and sweet.
Other descriptive words: fresh, rich, light, heavy, delicate, bold.
This salad has fresh ingredients. The sauce is rich and creamy. The dish is light and healthy. The flavors are bold and intense.
Let's practice describing a dish using these words. I'll describe one and you guess what it is, Lily.
Okay.
This dish is crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. It has a slightly sweet and salty flavor. The texture is crunchy when you first bite it. It's often served with a dipping sauce that's spicy and sour. Some people think it's too heavy, but I find it satisfying.
Oh, that sounds like spring rolls or egg rolls.
Exactly. Now you try.
This dessert is rich and creamy. It's cold and smooth. The flavor is sweet but balanced with a hint of bitterness from cocoa. The texture is velvety. It's indulgent but also light enough not to feel too heavy.
That sounds like chocolate mousse or chocolate ice cream.
Perfect. Using descriptive words really helps people understand what the food is like. Section 4. Cooking and preparation.
Many people love talking about cooking their favorite foods.
Let's learn vocabulary for cooking methods: boil, fry, bake, grill, steam, roast, sauté, simmer.
Boil the water, fry the vegetables in oil, bake the cake at 350 degrees, grill the chicken, steam the broccoli.
You can also talk about ingredients and preparation. Chop, slice, dice, mix, blend, season.
Chop the onions, slice the tomatoes, mix the flour and sugar, blend the sauce, season with salt and pepper.
Let's practice. Tell me how you make your favorite dish, Sam.
I love making pad thai at home. First, I soak the rice noodles in hot water until they're soft. Then I heat oil in a wok and stir-fry the shrimp and vegetables. I add the noodles and sauce, which is a mix of tamarind, fish sauce, and lime juice. I toss everything together, add crushed peanuts and fresh herbs at the end. It takes about 15 minutes total.
That's so detailed. Now, let me describe making margarita pizza. I make pizza dough from scratch using flour, water, yeast, and salt. I let it rise for a few hours. Then I spread tomato sauce on the dough, add fresh mozzarella cheese and fresh basil, and I bake it in a hot oven at 450 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until the crust is golden. Finally, I drizzle olive oil on top.
You both made cooking sound interesting and doable.
Talking about how you prepare your favorite food shows passion for it.
Section 5. Ingredients and dietary preferences. 10:30 to 13 minutes.
People have different dietary preferences and restrictions. Let's talk about how to express these.
Some people are vegetarian. They don't eat meat. I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat meat, but I eat vegetables, fruits, grains, and dairy products.
Some are vegan. They don't eat any animal products. I'm vegan, so I avoid meat, dairy, eggs, and honey.
Some are pescatarian. They eat fish, but not other meat. I'm pescatarian, so I don't eat chicken or beef, but I eat fish and seafood.
Others have allergies or intolerances. I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm lactose intolerant. I'm gluten-free.
You can also prefer organic or locally sourced food. I try to eat organic when possible, or I prefer locally grown vegetables.
Or you might follow specific diets. I follow a Mediterranean diet. I eat a low-carb diet. I tried to eat plant-based meals.
You can mention your preferences when talking about favorite foods, like my favorite vegetarian dish, or since I'm vegan, I love.
Let's practice. I'm vegetarian and I want to talk about my favorite dish.
Go ahead.
Since I'm vegetarian, my favorite dish is a vegetable risotto. It's made with rice, white wine, vegetable broth, and lots of seasonal vegetables like mushrooms, asparagus, and peas. The rice becomes creamy and the vegetables add flavor and nutrition. It's satisfying, delicious, and completely meat-free.
That's perfect. You acknowledged your dietary preference and described your favorite accordingly. Now me, I'm not restricted by any dietary preferences, but I do try to eat healthy. My favorite is grilled salmon with roasted vegetables. Salmon is rich in omega-3s, and I love the way it flakes when cooked. The healthy fats and protein make it satisfying without being too heavy.
Great! You explained why the food is good for you, which is another way to talk about favorites. Section 6. Why you love certain foods.
Beyond just describing what food is, you should explain why you love it.
People eat for different reasons. Sometimes it's about taste, sometimes nostalgia, sometimes health.
Let's look at different reasons. Taste and flavor. I love this food because the flavors are amazing. The taste is unlike anything else.
Memories and nostalgia. This dish reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of my grandmother's cooking. It takes me back to my home country.
Health and nutrition. It's healthy and nutritious. It makes me feel good. It's full of vegetables and protein.
Social and cultural reasons. It's an important part of my culture. It's what my family makes for celebrations. It connects me to my heritage.
Practical reasons. It's quick and easy to make. It's affordable. It's simple, but satisfying.
Emotional reasons. It's comfort food. It makes me happy. It's what I crave when I'm stressed.
Let's combine these. I'll talk about my favorite food with multiple reasons.
Please.
My favorite food is ramen. I love it for so many reasons. First, the taste is incredible. The rich broth, chewy noodles, and toppings create a complex and satisfying meal. Second, it reminds me of my time in Japan. I have wonderful memories of eating ramen with friends. Third, I appreciate the cultural significance. Ramen is an art form in Japanese cuisine. Finally, there's a ramen shop near my home. and going there feels like a special treat.
Wow, you covered taste, memories, culture, and personal connection. Now me. My favorite is my mother's homemade pasta. The reason it's my favorite isn't just the taste, though it's delicious, it's because it represents family and tradition. When I eat it, I remember my mother cooking in the kitchen and feel connected to her. It's also comfort food that makes me feel at home. Every time I eat it, especially when I'm far away, it brings me peace and happiness.
That's so beautiful. Food is connected to so much more than just nutrition.
Exactly. When you talk about your favorite food, you're sharing part of who you are. Section 7. Restaurants and eating out. Often you'll talk about favorite foods in the context of restaurants or eating out.
Let's talk about that. There's an amazing Thai restaurant near my house. I know a great pizza place in the city center.
You can describe the restaurant experience. The atmosphere is cozy, the service is excellent, the prices are reasonable, the portions are generous.
You might order your favorite dish there. I always order the same thing, pad thai. I highly recommend the fish tacos. The signature dish is absolutely delicious.
You can compare restaurants. This Italian place is better than the other one. The first time I had pad thai was at a small, family-run restaurant. It's still the best I've had.
You might also talk about discovering new favorites. I tried something new last week, and it became my new favorite. Or I used to hate spicy food, but now I love it. Or I've recently become obsessed with Korean cuisine.
Let's practice. I'll tell you about my favorite restaurant.
Go ahead.
My favorite restaurant is the small Italian family-owned place in my neighborhood. They make everything fresh: pasta, sauce, bread. The atmosphere is warm and intimate, and the service is personal. When I go there, the owner remembers my usual order and gives me recommendations. I usually get their homemade fettuccine alfredo, which is absolutely incredible. It's expensive, so I don't go often, but when I do, it's a special experience.
That sounds wonderful. You described not just the food, but the whole experience. Now there's a sushi restaurant about 5 minutes from my work. I go there for lunch about once a week. The chef knows me and sometimes prepares special rolls that aren't on the menu. The sushi is incredibly fresh and the prices are fair. The restaurant is always busy, which tells you it's good. My go-to order is the salmon nigiri and a spicy tuna roll. It's the best sushi I've ever had, and it's become my favorite meal.
See how we talked about more than just the food? The whole experience matters. Section 8. Sharing food with others.
Food is often a social activity. Let's talk about sharing food.
You might talk about cooking for others. I love cooking for my friends. I made a special dinner for my family. I prepared a meal for my coworkers.
Or eating with others. We went to a restaurant with friends. I had lunch with my family. We shared a meal together.
You might also recommend your favorite food to others. You should try this. It's my favorite. I highly recommend this restaurant. If you ever visit my city, I'll take you here.
Food can also be a cultural exchange. I introduced my American friends to Japanese food. My Italian friend taught me how to make pasta from scratch. Or I learned to cook Indian food from my neighbor.
Let's practice. Tell me about sharing your favorite food with someone, Sam.
I introduced my American friend to authentic Thai food for the first time. I was so excited to show him pad Thai because I know how much I love it. I explained the flavors and how the balance of taste is unique. He was skeptical at first because of the spice, but he tried it and absolutely loved it. Now he craves it too, and we often go to the Thai restaurant together. It was wonderful sharing something I'm passionate about.
That's such a great story. Now I'll share mine. I cooked homemade pasta for my boyfriend's family. I was a bit nervous because my mother's recipe is special to me and I wanted to do it justice. When they tasted it, they loved it so much that they asked for the recipe. It felt wonderful to share my family tradition with them. Food became a way to connect and share my heritage.
Both stories show how food brings people together.
Section 9. Practice conversation. Let's do a complete conversation about favorite foods.
Perfect. I'll start by asking you a question. Lily, what's your absolute favorite food? Like, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question. I think I'd have to say pasta. Not just any pasta, homemade pasta, made the way my mother used to make it. It's simple, just pasta with tomato sauce and a little garlic, but it's perfect. It reminds me of my childhood and my family. The taste is pure and simple, not complicated. What about you?
For me, it's definitely ramen. There's something about the way all the elements come together, the broth, the noodles, the toppings. It's like a perfect bowl of comfort. Plus, it has a cultural meaning for me. When I was studying in Japan, I ate ramen almost every day. Now, every time I eat it, I'm transported back to those memories. Do you have a favorite restaurant for your pasta?
I don't really eat out for pasta because I prefer homemade, but there are a couple of Italian restaurants in my city that come close, though honestly, nothing compares to my mother's cooking. Have you ever tried making ramen at home?
I've tried, but it's so complex. Making the broth alone takes hours. I've learned to appreciate the skill of professional ramen chefs. There's this tiny ramen shop near my apartment run by an elderly Japanese couple. I go there at least twice a month. It's become sort of a ritual for me. Do you cook your favorite food often?
I cook pasta regularly, but I make different sauces. The simple tomato sauce, like my mother's, is what I make when I want comfort. Other times I make pesto or carbonara. I love that pasta is versatile. The beauty is in its simplicity. Have you introduced ramen to your friends?
Oh, yes. Most of my American friends didn't understand why I was so passionate about it until I took them to that ramen shop. Now some of them are addicted too. It's funny how food can create connections between people. How often do you cook Italian food?
I cook almost daily because I eat pasta several times a week. But the special occasions are when I make dishes like lasagna or risotto that take more time. These are the meals I make for celebrations. There's something special about spending hours in the kitchen making something delicious. Do you feel the same way about cooking ramen?
I do, but I'm usually too impatient. I'd rather go to the restaurant and let the expert make it, though I appreciate the effort it takes. Maybe one day I'll try making a proper ramen broth from scratch. That would be a project.
You should try. It's like that with pasta. Once you taste homemade fresh pasta, store-bought never feels the same. It's worth the effort. I'd love to take a ramen making class with you sometime.
That sounds fun, and I'd love to watch you make fresh pasta. It's a date.
Conclusion.
Wow, Lily, that was such a fun conversation about food.
It really was. We covered so much, from favorite cuisines to restaurants, from cooking to sharing food with others.
The key is to be specific and passionate. Don't just say, I like pizza. Explain what kind, why you love it, and where your favorite is.
And connect it to your life, memories, and culture. Food is so much more than just nutrition.
Tell a story. Share your experiences. That's what makes conversations about food meaningful.
Here's your challenge. Think about your favorite food and describe it in English this week.
Include why you love it, how it's prepared, and what it means to you.
Then come back and tell us in the comments.
What's your favorite food? Why do you love it? Is it connected to any special memories?
We'd love to hear about your favorite food and why it matters to you.
If this lesson helped you talk about food in English, please give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe to Daily English Practice for more practical English lessons.
Share this with anyone learning English who loves food.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Remember, food brings people together. Sharing your favorite food and its story is a beautiful way to connect.
Keep practicing, keep cooking, and keep enjoying great food.
We'll see you in the next lesson.
Until then, happy eating and happy learning.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you soon. Bye.